Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So following on from, we just gave you a suggestion for potential new hybrid.
Yes.
As we start to look at the top end of your bag, Matty, we're going to go, your 4-iron is a good, comfortable 220 on the fly, a little bit more when you smoke it.
Right.
But your 22 degree stealth, which was a nice little club, is a little bit spinny, a little bit soft in flight.
Right.
So we needed to kind of, give you a little bit more firepower with that. I think we need to do the same with the Fairway wood here.
Yeah, so now you've basically added, let's say, 6 to 8 yards to the hybrid, which is perfect. It's now within, I don't know, 5 of this guy.
It's encroaching a little bit, isn't
yeah,
it? Yeah,
so when you first fit this for me, like this is no surprise to anyone, my usual issue, too much shaft lean.
Yeah.
This acted basically like a 4-wood for me.
It was, yeah.
I delivered so little loft on it. It was like a 265 club.
Yep.
And so there was quite a nice gap between something like a hybrid driving iron and this.
Yeah.
Now there's basically 5 yards.
Right.
And it's really just a height thing. If anything, I'm just going to hit this higher, spinnier, and around the same distance.
It will do, because if we get to the point where, right now, so your path is maybe 5-6 into out.
Yeah.
The face has to be closed to a certain degree to get that ball to finish on target, which is going to reduce the dynamic loft. So in time, as that neutralizes, you will have more loft to play with.
That's a good point.
Right,
yeah.
so bringing it down a little bit will help us, bring the loft down a little bit will help us get that ball speed up to the 160 to 162 range.
Yeah.
In my mind, that's kind of the target right now. Even last week, had not really hit many drivers for a while, like 167, 168 was.
Yeah, we creeped a couple.
It was good. So I think if we look at that kind of progression, 154 in the hybrid, 160, 162 in the Fairway wood, and then kind of up and around 170, that would be what I would expect.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that, for sure.
All right, let's get a few baseliners. Let's see what the 5 wood is doing.
It's a good one to start.
Lovely strike.
I'd be super happy with it off the tee, but then I'd go, hey, how come it didn't go anywhere?
So
the disappointment.
Yeah, it's 153. It's right where
you were spot
on. Where your other hybrid ball speed was.
That's hit really well.
Very good there. So spin is definitely a little bit down on that one.
Kind of feel like that's as much as I could ever get out of that now, which is right on 250.
Yeah, I think that's
I agree.
Pretty fair.
I think so. There's going to be the ones that are a little left. There's going to be the perfect one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, let's build a couple of things here, and let's start to push the boundaries of the other side of it. Let's actually have a look at what potentially too far and too quick and too low spin might look like, just so we can show people the range here rather than just going straight to the answer. Let's kind of go the other way a little bit. All right, Matty, let's build you a little rocket ship.
Okay.
Right, let's have some fun with this and go to the other end of the scale, probably to the point where we don't need you hitting it this far, I'm going to guess.
But it's a cool exercise to go like, okay, this is too close to a driver almost, and then we probably find a middle ground?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good start. I don't think I can hit it any better.
Well, and that's me popping the green back to 275.
That flew. That went. That was.
And that's where kind of I wanted to kind of go right out the gates here. Go, okay, here's one end of the spectrum and the other.
We've gone a little too far.
Yeah. It's exactly what I wanted to see.
Oof, that's the best of the bunch. I don't think anyone's ever made a hotter 3-wood than this.
No. Oh, this thing is an absolute rocket.
It's got more pop than anything I've ever hit.
Yeah. So we're trying to live somewhere between those two.
Yeah, totally agree.
That's exactly where we're going to be. So I think we will be 160 ball speed, but we're just going to probably be 12 and a half to and 32, 3300.
Okay.
We're going to probably be flying a nice comfortable 260 to 265.
That'd be great.
Get that right back in the right sweet spot for you.
Love it.
Matty boy. Okay. All right, Matty. I mean, that pretty much went exactly as I'd hoped it would, giving you a little view of something where like all of that ball speed can come back, if we need it to be there. It's not that by any means your Fairway would, or you don't produce enough speed anymore with that. You're more than capable of being a mid 160s guy with the Fairway wood again.
Right.
You just have so much loft with that little 5-wood, and it's cut short.
Yeah.
So you can't get the same swing speed into it. So it just doesn't generate enough output. I mean, looking at that when they were like 113, club head speed, that was really moving it with the Stealth. So
yeah, true.
It was good. So the Stealth is a rocket launcher though. It's not exactly what you need. You're still, even though your spin rate is a little bit higher, we still don't need you in that particular design.
No.
We need you in something more like this. So TSR3, we've kind of moved loft and lie independently. So we're at B1 setting. So we've popped the loft up to 15.75.
Okay, good.
Lie angle is flatter.
It looks great.
Yeah, and weight out into the new T2 setting.
Very nice.
Right, so out in the toe. So
just to prevent that overdraw.
Yeah, because we could see again with the Stealth, we did have a couple of those just living in the toe. So gearing it back a little bit, we definitely want to stabilise that strike, and if anything, kind of retain a little bit more dynamic loft through rotation as well.
Really good.
And if that lands on 260, we're laughing.
If I hadn't turned it over, it probably would have landed. Honestly, that felt extremely good.
Good. So spin window right away falls into the nice low threes, 163, really good. That's the one right there.
Yeah. I think you got the distance just right.
Yeah, it's kind of following that nice little sweet spot. I mean, it's just come out so good there, probably up a bit in ball speed. 161, yeah, 3100, 12 launch, 115 peak.
It kind of seems like it's exactly what you...
It's right where we wanted it to be. This was kind of a bit high and spinny, this was a bit flat, and then if we add in this one, we're going to sit right between them.
Dead center. And for direction as well.
Yeah, that little toe, that little kind of T2 setting is really, really good. I mean, we're talking about how quick Stealth Plus was, though. Look at that.
And this is with more loft.
Giving up nothing.
Nothing at all.
Absolutely giving up nothing.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Dynamic lie angle is more in our favour, which is good. So can kind of keep that face tilting left a little bit more.
I actually don't mind that because it's coming back just fine. There we go.
Boy, Matty.
It's a hair left, but it's about as good as I can hit it.
Take that all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. About 265.
265.
It's got lots of speed.
That's a beauty. Okay, so made a couple little modifications. I really like where the Ventus Blue is at. But what I can see from the angle of attack and kind of the shape, I definitely like the idea of you playing something a half inch shorter.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So a little forward length. It's kind of almost, I mean, we kind of are all building a forward to a degree. But we've added a little bit more head weight in there because we want to put that out in that toe section just to manage that strike a little bit, another 4 grams out there. So we had room to play with, having taken a little bit of length off.
Gotcha.
I think this is going to tick all the boxes this time. It was really close last time, Matty.
It was, yeah. Yeah, some great ball flights before.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's left, but that felt really good.
That sounded so solid.
That felt about as good as any I've hit. That's better. Yeah, that felt quite nice. Maybe just a bit in the heel there. It's a little left, but I'll take it.
Yeah, it was really well struck. You could hear it.
Yeah, that felt really good.
So as this starts to neutralize, and guys, it's going to be fun watching the progression of this actually, just because we're kind of building your woods around really where you're going to be, not really where you are right now.
Agreed.
And that's the beauty of working with someone long enough where you know their game well enough. I know that 3800 on that face angle is exactly what that spin rate should be.
Yep.
If that comes back to the middle, that's going to be 33, 3400, and I'm loving it. So, no, I'm really, really liking the balance of TSR3 with that weight setup.
I like the weight setup. I like the little extra loft and the flat. It looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to protect well against like a big hook. I did kind of toe that one that was a bit hot, but it still hit the green, so it wasn't too far off.
It wasn't, it wasn't really kind of overcooking on the draw after that, Matty.
No.
So, yeah, really, really good. So ping G425 in the hybrid and a little TSR3 going into the fairway wood. So
fairway.
I think last but not least, and we'll cover this next week. Why don't we cover? We'll look at the driver.
Sure. Yeah.
See how that is, or maybe that's in a couple of weeks when we'll see how you feel with the swing kind of stuff with Larry. I mean, it's like we say, we can do it simultaneously, swing changes and club changes, but you need to be kind of ready for making swings that you're comfortable with the club. So
and the driver will be the biggest jump. So
it will be.
We'll see.
It will be good stuff.
Cool.
Okay, guys, following along in Matt's journey here, getting the bag kind of put back together. It was working for what he had. We've said it many times. It was working for exactly where his game was. So the evolution of that to kind of get his game back into the pristine shape it was. What we were saying 3 years ago was
3 years ago was probably when I felt really good with it.
Like many under par rounds, really kind of driving that handicap down. That's the 2023 goal.
That's what I want to be next year.
That's exactly where it will be.
Yeah.
Okay, stay tuned for the journey. We'll see you again soon.